Don't mind me yawning every single time I am ready to start stream. Oh my god, this happens consistently. I don't remember if I've mentioned this before, but literally, like every single time, about to turn on the microphone, my body is like, it's time to yawn. I am so tired though. Alright, let's get going with my face that you can't see. Give me a second. Hello. Hello. Okay, you might notice some things have changed. The background is, I'm so sad because it's like I was excited about potentially y'all getting like a nice background, but then it's just like my face basically covers it. Like this would be where I would sit, and it's right there. I was like, maybe you guys can finally see have Ghost, right there. There he is. He's been there the whole time. You've just never been able to see him. At least on stream before, and now it's like the one chance, and you guys in my head. There we go. Anyway, what's new is how's life, everybody? Yes, things have been rearranged. Alexander decided to neurodivergent all over my room yesterday. So there's a lot of organizing. There's so much stuff on the floor, and just things that need to be moved around and everything. But I'm hoping this will be a better layout. So that's the plan. That's the goal. Aside from the fact that you cannot see the beautiful background that I'm trying to make, but oh well. But hey, sir, welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Alrighty, it is a dark, gloomy Sunday, and it was raining last night, and I was like, oh, I guess that's our snowstorm, because we had like a snowstorm warning. And no, it turns out we're getting it today, and actually in like 2 hours. So like right after the stream, when I was gonna go to the grocery store, is when we're supposed to get our snowstorm. So we had rain, and then nothing, and then snow. It was in like, it's been what, it was 50s, 60s the other day, and then now it's gonna be in like the 30s, and then tomorrow it's supposed to be in the teens. This is all Fahrenheit. And then it's supposed to go back to the 50s, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. We get snow, we don't get snow. People are saying, oh, winter is over, and then winter like keeps happening. I mean, we probably should have listened to the groundhog who was saying that we were supposed to be getting more winter, and listen, that groundhog is correct. Like, how much percent of the time? I don't actually know. But yeah, today we're going to be drawing, but first, I do want to show off the hobby forever expands. And a friend of mine was like, hey, if you do earrings, I want a pair. And I already mailed her pair of earrings that I made for her, but I don't know how to show these off. So these ones are just like simple, like little ones, and then I started to get more complex. Last week, Kentucky was 78 so I don't understand. Welcome to the stream. I mean, this one is not like complex, it just looks complex, but it's literally just 2 charms. And it looks cute. This is definitely not my style, I don't think. And I don't even have pierced ears, but I'm like, I don't know, I'm thinking about it now. I'm thinking about pierced ears. And this one is when I went insane. This is the last set that I made, and oh my god, this took so long. This probably took me like an hour to make the pair. All these little links at the bottom. Oh my god, that took so long because I handmade all of these little things that the little pale ones are attached with. So all the bottoms are like these swirls, and it looks really cool. But it takes a really long time, and it hurts your hands a lot. So I would not make 12 at once for your first go if you've never done it before. My hands were like charred from like all the metalwork, and then I was like shaking. I'm like, I need a break. I can't finish these, so I finished them the next day. Anyway, so that is new hobby. Room cleaning happening, or room reorganizing, and then thus cleaning by being forced to. But now we are also going to go to art. Yay, it worked. I was so concerned. Like things were being glitchy this morning and I'm like, every stream there's always something, but we could not today. Maybe we could just try to not today. Hey there, hey Sour. Oh, I didn't show off the painting I did. Hold on a second. We gotta go back. Cause I did this. I have to like check the date. I don't remember. I did this Friday. Wait, go back to my face. Doo doo. Oh. It looks better in person, I promise. Although I do love how like in my attempt to try and like, cause I screwed up on the horizon line and I made it crooked and I was like, oh, I can fix that. So I tried to go back in to make it straight and I feel like I made it more not straight. So, yes, we can just pretend these are very, very distant mountainscapes and not mishaps of me not being able to draw a straight line. So if you look up close, you're like, wow, those are definitely mountains back there. And then if you look far away, you're like, that is, a child did that. But the sparkles came out so nice on the water. I really like how that part came out. But yeah, so that will be for April, right? I'm losing track now. April's post, and then I already have a reference photo picked out for the charcoal drawing, which will be for May, because I keep trying to work ahead. Although I didn't finish writing up the post yet for the watercolor one. That one's gonna probably be done this week, and then yes, so I'm a little behind schedule, but I have been so tired this week. Not been getting much sleep. I've just been I don't know if it's because I'm older or just like the weather or something, but like I have not been adapting at all to the time change. Like not at all. I'm waking up like an hour later, which is like an hour that you were like the time that it was. Working on a commission, watching the stream, nice. First time drawing a baby that doesn't look like Anthony Hopkins. Oh no. Using a lot of blending techniques. That's cool. What medium are you using? Getting my tablet set up here. Dude, babies are hard. They are hard to draw. I had it was one, not a baby, but it was like a toddler, and then like an older child, but like still young. How old were they? I don't remember, but I drew like a set of portraits of my nephews, and that was very difficult. For sure. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh, just I don't know, the time change, and I'm like old or something, and I can't adapt my life right now. And yes, anyway, I wanted to draw from one of my stock photos today, because I'm still trying to use my own stock photos, and I looked at so many because I did not know what I wanted to draw today, and just for some reason I feel drawn. I wanted to kind of do a portrait, but I don't have portrait references, and I wanted to try and use my own reference photos. So instead I went to the Tops pack and I found this one picture that really resonated with Zeph. Someone draw an OC today. Graphite and charcoal, nice, nice. I'm excited to get out my charcoal stuff and do a lemur. Spoilers. That was chosen by okay, I'm blanking on the name. He changed his name in the server, because now it's Sam. EKS, that's what it was. EKS. He wanted a lemur, so I will be doing a lemur, and that'll be for me. I was spotted to know. Oh no. Well, welcome to, what is it, like 10-20 seconds behind of me talking? Alright, but this picture just looks like cool, so I wanted to draw cool, because I'm like this, I'm like holding my shirt and I'm like, oh yeah. I forgot how good the Tops pack is. I really need to use it more often. Like the idea was like, oh, I'll use this will like help people with folds and stuff, but then I ended up doing some poses anyway, so worked out. But yeah, if y'all are working on anything today, feel free to share in the chat. My day is going to be just after this, lots of organizing and rushing to catch up with homework. I am very behind on homework. It's like every week I'm like, oh, I get more done, but then more homework is assigned, and it's like, it's a never-ending cycle. But I have about like less than that now, like 3 weeks, I think, until my parents get here. And so I'm going to be missing one stream next month. Just as a heads up, I will be missing the 12th. I should probably write that down, so I remember to like mention that later too. So there will be no stream on the 12th. No stream. No stream. Because that's when my parents are visiting, is that weekend. So I'll have to entertain. But anyway, so I have 4 weeks to try and get in as much Russian as possible. So while they're here, I can just like smack talk. And they'll never know. That's the idea anyway. It's supposed to be our hands. I know it doesn't look like hands yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I probably should also pull up a reference photo of my OC because I never remember what they look like. Please hold. I'm hoping this rearrangement works well, though. This back corner now with the bookshelf is like super busy because the bookshelf is next to the yarn and both have like so much stuff on them. So I'm like, okay, that can't stay. I need to definitely adjust that. But I saw a video recently of it was Midwest Magic Cleaning, that YouTube channel. If y'all don't know, I do recommend it. Although it is not for the faint of heart, because the houses that he goes in to clean are quite nasty. So just a heads up there. But one of the tips that he gave on a video that was just like kind of a normal messy house, just like your typical messy house, he talked about how to help certain aspects of like depression or ADHD. Obviously it's not like a fix, you're cured kind of thing, but just something that can kind of help a little bit. And one of them was redecorating. And he mentioned like as the technique to completely take out everything in the room that, oh shit, what did I do? Okay. He said to completely take out everything in the room and then put everything back in as if you're moving in for the first time. And that's not what we're doing here, but it feels like it a little bit. We're like halfway doing that. And it wasn't for depression, however, it was for just like, I don't like the layout and I want to change it. So yeah, that was the idea anyway. And also like the way that the sun comes into the room, it shines directly on the bookshelf, and I was like, I don't want my books to fade. So that was another reason why I wanted to move it. In IMAX? Whoa. Oh my god, yeah. The art in Kiki. Oh, it's so good. Oh, that's fun. That's really cool. Nice, nice. Should watch that movie again one of these days. It's so calming. It's so cute. That's why they're time consuming, not to mention quite taxing. Yes, I agree. For sure. You would have to like schedule it in to make time for that. Indeed, because this is going to take me a while. This is probably going to take me like, unless I have like ADHD hyperfocus, which I'm like so close to having happen, which is not good because I have other things that I need to do. It's probably going to take me all week, which hopefully it will take me all week, because then that means I'm doing time management and ADHD management, because then I'm able to focus on other things that need to get done as well. But knowing me, I'm going to spend the rest of today doing this, and then like even more panicked catching up on things tomorrow. Which, if I'm aware of it, hopefully that means I can address it and stop it before it happens. Um, but yeah, he talks about how it would help to obviously have help and like have a friend to come over, someone who you can trust to like help and like also like bounce ideas off of and stuff like that. And I thought that was a neat thing. I've heard of like moving things around and like redecorating away, but not like completely take everything out and then put everything back in. Not heard that before. So I thought that was an interesting idea and I wanted to pass it on. Alright, how do I want to approach this? I also don't really know what sort of expression I want her to have. Maybe like looking up and then like looking down. Kind of want her looking away though. Maybe like yeah, gotta make her look cool. Or at least try. Since I'm not cool. I say it, I'm scooting the chair right now. This is how cool people scoot chairs. Oh my god, this is one of those things where it's like you draw your OCs all cool because you're like not in real life. God, her face shape is always so hard for me to draw too. Never done digital art before. Is program? No, it's not. I'm using Photoshop right now, which I wouldn't really recommend anyway for multiple reasons. I'm just using the photography package, so I get Photoshop and Lightroom for a bit of a discount. But a beginner art program. I mean, I don't even know if I can recommend Clip Paint Studio, just because from what I've seen of it, it looks pretty complicated. It sounds weird, but I would almost recommend like MS Paint or something. But if you do want to try and get like GIMP or Krita, which are free programs that you can use for digital art, I would just say the same advice that my brother told me when I first started getting into Photoshop. And it's the same advice that I just give. You can apply this to anything in any medium. But, because back in the day, like, he would use Photoshop and he would do stuff that I thought was so cool. And, like, all this awesome photo editing. And I'm like, I want to be just like you. And then I would open Photoshop and then I would be like, the fuck do I do? But yeah, so he said, just open the program and, open a new document, like start a new file. If you're totally new Krita, that's, yeah, probably where I would lean. I've not used Krita personally, but just from what I've seen of it, it looks a lot more simplified. But yeah, so open a new file and don't try to make anything. Don't try to create any sort of artwork. Don't try to do anything. And just pick a tool and just do something with it. Pick a filter, do something with it. So for example, let's see what this does. I don't know what this does. So I click on it. There's a bunch of settings at the top. I don't know what any of them mean. What happens if I just do something? And it's like, oh, okay, it does that. And what happens if I do this? If I make a longer line, oh, it does this. What happens if I click a different setting? And you're just doing that over and over and over again. And I would say do that for no matter what program that you try. And so the same thing would apply for traditional medium. If you're using charcoal for the first time and you're like, I don't know what to do with this pencil. I know it's a pencil. What do I do with it? Like, try making a mark. Try making a different mark. Try making dots, dashes. Like, what happens if I use one pencil that has a 2B on it? I don't know what that means. Oh, and another pencil has a 6B. Oh, I don't know what that means. Well, what's the difference? Let me color with both of them and see. and just that sort of thing. So do the same thing, but with digital programs is basically the advice that he gave me. And I liked that advice, and I give it to people to this day. Yeah, but CSP I think is on sale through Tuesday, I think, right? I think they're doing a 50% off sale, right? I thought it ran through my birthday, which is why I remembered it. I did debate on like, this was years ago, I had this idea of like, oh, I should try and get CSP and then do like a Photoshop artist try CSP for the first time video or something. Every time I look at CSP and it gets updates, oops, forgot I'm hungry yet. Every time I look at CSP and it has updates, it just looks more and more complicated. I'm like, this is like Photoshop all over again. I don't need that in my life. Like, I'm happy for all of you. This seems like a great program. I'm glad it's a thing that's available, but also that's a lot of buttons. That's a lot of sliders. And like, you might look at this menu on the side and you're like, oh, that's like 20 icons. Sure, I don't know how many it is, but like, oh, it's like 20 icons. No, but if you right click, like, they all have more. Like, there's sub icons. Yeah, and they do those exactly. And it's just like more. And like, instead of just this bar, it's like 50 bars. And I'm like, that's too many bars. Like, I don't know. I've heard of artists who like who've switched and they're like happy about it. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice already. But the learning curve seems kind of intense. You need to touch any of the new stuff I haven't. Yeah, one of them looks. I saw a video of the update and it looks like weird because it was like you draw a line. Well, hold on. Say this is like your sketch, right? And then you want to draw a line art on top of it. And you're like, that. And so maybe it's off. Like somehow, I don't know how it works, but it like auto adjusts it. So like, okay, I'll pretend I drew it better. But it would like match the sketch. Like it would do more of like a softer curve or like a thing. And I'm like, but how does it know to do that? Like, what's the underlying layers of that programming? That's weird. It was weird to watch as a feature. Yeah. And I know I saw like a hand pose tool, which I'm not gonna crap on because I can understand that'd be super useful. I just find it way faster to just put my hand in whatever position, and if I need the opposite, I would just like take a picture and flip it, and then I can just put it in Photoshop and trace it or something if I needed to. That just seems way faster to me than like individually moving each knuckle until you get like the exact pose that you want, and then in the end it's like not. Anyway, it's just, I feel like it's faster just to use my hand. Or more economical for illustration. You could do mixed media if you're more comfortable doing one thing or the other. So what I have done before is I sketched digitally, and then I did the line art traditionally, and then you can color it digitally. Or I've also done in the past where I sketched traditionally, line digitally, color traditionally. So like you go back and forth, like you can kind of mix and match whichever. But yeah, that's definitely an option. Because, I mean, you can definitely do it traditionally, but 3D models can be wonky like that. Yeah, it just seems like I can understand doing 3D modeling for backgrounds in like buildings. But for poses, I just feel like it's faster to just either get in the pose yourself and take a picture, or just find a pose that's close enough and change it. I don't know, but listen, I ain't gonna knock it, alright? I know lots of artists who use it. I know especially for comic artists, like once you get it down, like you can be fast at it and everything. But for me, like I would be starting from scratch, and it's like, listen, I already have built up a library of tools and techniques that can get me fast to a thing that I want, okay? Mm-hmm. I say as I'm drawing very slow right now, but listen, I'm talking, and I'm also very tired. But yeah, even for like 3D buildings and stuff, that looks complicated. Like Google's, what's it? Google SketchUp? I think it sounds like ketchup. Google SketchUp um, looks complicated and scary. Listen, I'm sure it looked very useful. I just am like, I'm just gonna find a picture of a building, add some filters, you know, close enough. Oh man. Oh, I just had a thought. It would be so cool if I had a drone and I could take stock photos from the air. Oh, that would be awesome. Maybe one of these days I can invest in that. I actually don't know how expensive drones are anymore. I'm assuming they've gotten cheaper over time. No. There's nothing wrong with them. And they can definitely be useful, yeah. I'm trying to adjust them as an exercise for sure. Yeah, listen, I am an old dog who does want to learn some new tricks, but also doesn't want to learn others. That's why I was like, oh, if I get CSP, like I should make it video content out of it. Because I went from, I used to use Adobe Premiere Pro for editing my videos, which I don't recommend unless you like are kind of wanting to be more serious about editing videos. I was confused by my eraser. However, when I got a new computer, I was like, well, the ways that I got that onto my previous computer, which were very acceptable and nothing was wrong with them, I didn't want to do that again, and I found DaVinci Resolve. I went through like several programs that were like free video editing programs. They were all very much not great. And one of them was Blender, and that was, open source programs are always like the worst experience I've ever had. Like I tried to use GIMP years ago, and that was just, I couldn't even figure out how to make a new file. I'm like, listen, that's rule number 1 on the advice train of open new file and try things. And I couldn't figure out how to open a new file. And I'm like, wait a minute. But then since I've switched to DaVinci Resolve is kind of like a copy paste of Premiere Pro. So there wasn't really a learning curve for me aside from the shortcuts changing. Oh, the shortcuts changing? I hate that so much. I'm like, you have it set in your brain, and then also in between Adobe products. So the shortcuts that exist in Photoshop are completely different than the shortcuts in Lightroom, which is incredibly frustrating. So I have to remember not to press the wrong button, because then scary things happen. And then I don't know what to do, because I panic. I scare very easily. I am like small child. But I've also used Paint Tool Sci. That was many years ago, and that was an interesting art program for sure. It's wild that it's made by one guy. Like, what the fuck? That part's crazy to me. But that's also another option. Wow, my shoulders look really wide in this picture. It might be the angle. But that's also another option, is a Paint Tool Sci. That one's a little bit of a learning curve, but I feel like it's still significantly more approachable than something like, from what I've seen of Clip, and then also Photoshop. Photoshop for sure. I mean, Photoshop's not even like a drawing program. It was supposed to be a photo shopping program. Basically, what Lightroom is now. But then it just kind of became a catch-all for anything digital. So a lot of people will make graphics in it, but then that changed to doing Illustrator. And then, you know, you have photo editing, and then now that's Lightroom. God, there's so many fucking programs. But now probably a lot of people you'll hear just do it for art, even though there's like not a lot of art features. And they keep adding like junk and AI crap and all that just to be like, keep paying for the subscription. But that's so there's multiple reasons why I wouldn't recommend Adobe, especially as your starting point, just because one, incredibly expensive. Two, it's a subscription. There's programs out there that are already free. There's actually, I think, a website that mimics Photoshop. It's weird. I've used it before. It's literally just like a website. And then like Photoshop is like in it. But it's not Photoshop. It's like a clone. But you can do like everything in Photoshop in that. It's weird. I don't know. I just, when you think of like a website, I don't think of it like that. When there's a will, artists make a way, yeah. But yeah, I will say, as someone who was a traditional artist first, who then went digital, and I got a tablet. Oh man, getting a tablet for the first time. I feel like not a lot of artists talk about it. Like, not enough. We need more artists talking about it. But nowadays, it seems like most, especially younger artists now, like they see, God, there's so much more art stuff now than there used to be. And like tablet options. And I feel like nowadays a lot of people just start their art journey digitally. I don't know. Like, it makes sense, but it's still like weird to think about. But yeah, the transition from traditional to digital, because I was initially a mouse artist, so I used a mouse for my digital artworks up until college. And then I got a cheapo at the time, I think it was like $60. It was a Wacom bamboo tablet. I don't think they sell them anymore. But that was, was so frustrated. Have you seen the comic movie Thelma? Tries to get back at people who scammed her. Oh, that sounds funny. A pop-up ad and they turn it into suspense. No! Oh, hold on, I gotta Google that real quick. That sounds so funny. Oh my god. Thelma. I've not heard of this. And to be fair, I haven't heard of like any movie nowadays, but like we drove by the movie theater the other day and Alexander slowed down and he's like, oh, what movies are they playing? And like, he didn't recognize any of them, and then the only reason I recognized like two was one because it was Sinners, that they're still playing in theaters, which I was like, damn, okay. And then the other one was I forget the name, but it was, I saw it, people talking about, it's like a cartoon movie, like a 3D film that's supposed to be like about the environment, but apparently it didn't do a great job about being environmentalist. And that's the only reason I know about it, because I saw somebody made a comment about it. But that sounds so funny though. Okay, hold on, let me get back the chat. Let me find chat. Chat disappeared. Wait a second. Okay, we're good. We're back. Yeah, definitely. And now it's almost like the norm for tablets are screens, like starting out. Whereas my first tablet that I had was just... How do you say? It's kind of like a dumb phone equivalent, where it was just like black, and there you have to plug it in, and then when you move your mouse on the black tablet part, it would move it on the screen. I don't know what those are called, like what those tablets are called. Right now I have a screen tablet, and this one I got 2021, I think. So for over a decade I used the regular, the non-screen tablet kind of tablet, and then I switched to a screen tablet, but this one still requires being connected to a computer, which is what I wanted, because I'm never not going to draw digitally away from my computer. I don't have zero interest for that. I would rather just bring a sketchbook. Hopefully words I'm saying are making sense. When I initially tried to learn digital art ages ago, aside from Tigran, I felt totally lost. Yeah, they're just... It's night and day nowadays. And it's so funny because, like, the advice that I got, or I've even given, like, years ago, I'm seeing pop up now on YouTube as, like, new things. they're like, yo, have you heard of this technique? And it's like something really simple. And then I'm like, there's so many comments of just like, wow, I never knew. So like, you know, it cycles, which is kind of cool too. But yeah, his resources nowadays are nuts. Had no screen tablet for a month or two before upgrading. Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know the word. It's not dissonance, is it? The separation of like your hand and the screen and what's happening on the screen took a while to get used to, for sure. And it was really weird. But then I got the hang of it, that it just didn't matter to me. But the initial bit was very frustrating. And then not for some reason, I just didn't understand pen pressure. So if you go on my DeviantArt and you look for my Twilight fan art pieces, one of the first artworks that I did, probably if you look for the date 2010 artworks, 2010, that should be it. But you'll see like really pale digital artworks because I didn't know how to make it darker. I'm like, why is it so light? I keep pressing, nothing's happening. You got a package? Is it the package? Oh my, did you buy the book? Oh my god. Why did you buy it? I was talking about this with a couple people the other day. I do have a copy still. I have a copy. Where is it? Somewhere on my bookshelf here. Here it is. This is my copy. We were talking about how people are like, oh, like, should I sell this? Like, if artists are like, oh, should I sell this one thing? Would you people be interested in buying it? And everyone's like, oh yes, I would totally buy it. And then nobody buys it. Like, that's such a trope. So the same thing happened to me. I made I was thinking about making an art book for my initial watercolor paintings and talking about like my initial watercolor art journey. And I was like, oh, hey, if I made this art book, would people be interested? And I had a lot of people say yes. And so I spent so much time and effort making this art book, and then nobody bought it. Like, I had, I think, 2 friends buy a copy, like, which I was obviously very appreciative of. And then I had like a couple family members, and like that was it. That was the only people who bought it, which is like, I'm not making another art book ever again. But yeah, this is the art book, and it's literally like my initial watercolor paintings when I was like first learning watercolor, and then I would talk about it, and then some of the pages, hold on, let me find, because I like it when art books also have like talking in it. I don't like just art. And I also have like some step-by-step photos. These took so long to make because I took them directly from the live streams where I did these paintings. So I had to really adjust them and like alter the coloring and like the shaping and everything to make them look like legible. Oh yeah. I would just, but I also understand like the excitement that you want to support the artist and everything. And it's like, I'm not mad about it anymore. Like, I was definitely bothered by it at the time, but nowadays like I get it. But yeah, this one started off wild. Look how that, this is the painting. Look how it starts. I don't remember that. It's crazy. Yeah, these are old. These are all, I think, 2018. Yeah, 2018. Just a little one. I didn't expect you to actually buy it, Sour. Oh, Hoppers. Yeah. I think that was it. You actually really liked it once it was some... I know nothing about it. The only thing I know was that one, I guess, movie reviewer that I follow mentioned... I didn't even watch his video. I just saw somebody comment on it saying like, oh yeah, it could have gone harder on the environmentalism aspect. I'm like, okay, I have no dog in this fight. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie though. I don't even know who made it. Is it a Disney movie? But yeah. Such is life. Same thing happened with my coloring book. And I was like, it's a coloring book. This is a different audience. Surely people will be interested. And then I had a couple sales, mostly again from friends and family. And also very funny. My mom, one of my aunts was interested in getting, oh, it's Pixar, okay. One of my aunts was interested in getting it for her granddaughter. I hate family names of things, like stepsister or sister-in-law. It's like, what's the difference? But anyway, when I learn Chinese, it's gonna be hell. They have names for everything, and I'm like, I do not need this in my life. Just, it's a family member, okay? They're related to me somehow. Anyway, my aunt wanted to buy the book, but then like, my mom was like, is it safe for kids to use? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, it has LGBT on the cover. Yeah, Mom. Oh my god. There's cuddling and hand holding. Ah! Ah! My aunt did end up buying the book, and my somehow related to me person did enjoy it, so there we go. Is it safe for kids to use? Okay. Chibi, hey, welcome to the stream. Oh man, how are you? Why is this stretched out? Did I draw something? Oh, what? Huh? Where did that come from? Get out of here. Alright, I think this is probably a good enough spot that I'll start doing later, I think. We all know kids use books as weapons. I have the copy of that book too. I can show you what's in there. Look at, you're gonna see all this blasphemous stuff. So here, this was on the cover. Right there. Oop, right there. Look at that. But don't show the children, okay? Don't show the children. But if you're an adult, you can look at that. You're good. That's good to hear. But it's cute. Look at that. Look. Oh, if you're a child, don't look. But if you're an adult, it's okay to look. Where's another one? That, oh, look at this one. But don't look at it. But like, you know. Let me make my face bigger. I don't know why I do this every time. And you can see the thing better. There you go. The horrors. Where's another good one? There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This was a fun book to make though. It was like, oh wait, hold on. Did I make a brush for that? No, I copy pasted those scales. I'm like, there's no way I drew all that. Acronyms. Where's another good one? Oh. Horrific for sure. But yeah, this one was fun. I kind of almost want to do like another coloring book just for me, you know, just for the fun. And then I also put like a ton of tutorials in it. I say a ton, I don't remember how many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, the detail I went into this. Look at all these steps. I tried to include lots of pictures. Terrifying, I know. It's just awful. There we go, that's the book. Then never again until I made the, which I don't have a physical copy of, so I can't show you. But then I made the, oh my god, looks like she's doing this! I didn't even realize that! No! That's not the pose, but that's really funny. Then I did the art exercises book, which I'm kind of wondering, maybe I should get a physical copy just to have it. But, I don't know. And those are the books I made, and I didn't make any others, and we won't talk about anything else. Those are the only ones. I did try and do a novel series, but I pushed it out too fast, and I don't like it. I wanted to take it down, but then Alexander doesn't want me to, so I've been leaving it up. But I would like to remove it because there's so many things that I would change about it and like update it and make it better now. But I convinced myself that I had a deadline that literally nobody else set but me, and I could have changed it at any time. There was zero hype for this book. Nobody was anticipating it. Nobody was expecting it. Nobody was like sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for it. I could have changed the deadline at any point in time, and I chose not to. And that was a very bad decision on my part, and I definitely learned a lesson there. So, the lesson was, don't monetize all of your hobbies. Art exercise is a good physical, yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll get around to it. I'll forget for now, but maybe one of these days. But yeah, that one was also a beast. All the formatting to edit it. Ugh. Anyway, y'all probably don't want to hear about all this stuff. I think I'm set to, kind of want to change. Hold on. Why is that? Because I'm using the eraser. I'm like, eventually I'll find out what's wrong. Sometimes it's because I have a selection and I can't see it. I've dealt with that too. I don't even know why I do it. I just do. It's like, I have to have this done by tomorrow. Why? Why? Who's doing this to you? Let me at him. My body's kind of twisted here, but I kind of almost want her facing that way, but then like looking that way kind of thing. I think I'm gonna change that. Do I want her in shorts? She doesn't seem like... I don't know if I like her in shorts. Maybe we'll just cut it off and leave it to the imagination. Alright, we're gonna call this good enough here, and we will start the line art. Make the reference a little bit bigger so I can kind of remember how to draw this character. There we go. Beautiful. Take a sip of water. It's basically almost been an hour anyway. So everybody drink water, alright? Stay hydrated. No snow yet. Actually, the clouds haven't even really changed. It's just still overcast. So, we'll see. It'll be interesting if it starts snowing on stream. Has that happened yet? I can't remember if that's happened before or not. Alright, try and draw this woman's face. There's gonna be a lot of undos. I saw a post on my... Oh god, that's such a giant eraser. That's still what I wanted. On my timeline of people being... Is there like drama for giving art gifts to people? Like drawing art of other people's OCs and giving that to, like, surprising them with that? Because there was like people talking about that, and like, did I miss something? Did something happen? I don't know what's going on. But then somebody's like, oh, I wish that we could have like a art fight kind of thing year round, and I could just like give people gifts whenever. But then there's people who don't like that. I'm like, why would you not like that? I mean, I could maybe understand if it's like some sort of personal character, but like maybe then say that so then people know not to draw your character. But like, when you enjoy getting art, I don't. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. But I do agree though that it would be nice to have like an art fight kind of vibe year round. Which I mean, you can obviously just do on your own. But because art fight last year was just really fun for me. I feel like I have her face more forward than I want. So I really enjoyed surprising people with art. God, her face shape is so hard for me. There we go. That looks a little bit more like her. Is anybody else in the camp of like you can't draw your OC the same way twice? I drew her perfectly here. Right there. That's what she looks like. And I've never been able to do it again. Like the hair is perfect. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the tote one was that was really fun. I haven't done like sort of out of the box stuff in a long time. I probably should do like a stream raffle one of these days. It's been a while. And those are usually when y'all are like, draw this really random thing that makes no sense. Draw a cat with octopus tentacles for legs. It's like, okay. Give it horns and a chicken nugget or whatever it was. Draw an alligator clown who's not very good at his job but tries his best. Okay. Stream redemptions were always the wild stuff. I can't draw a single line the same way twice. Did it? Okay, hold on. That doesn't count. Wait. If you like put your hand in like the same... Okay, hold on. Starting over. Oh, thank you for that super chat. I forget what they're called here. Thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate it. That's so sweet. Thank you. As I try and draw. Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, hold on. We're starting from scratch. I'm not gonna move my hand. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna keep the hand in the same thing, and so it should reproduce the same line. That's how logic works. Okay, hand on surface. Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. These two. That's pretty close. That's pretty good. I should like use my own worksheets that I made forever ago for like doing lines. Because there's like all these line exercises you can do. I think I actually have them in the exercise book too. Where you like, you can do it for free. Just try and draw horizontally and then do the same thing vertically. And try and get them like as close together as possible without actually touching. Like that's one. And you can do the same thing with like a squiggle if you want to like up the ante. Where you try and draw as close as possible without any overlap. And then like keep it smooth and the same shape and everything. How much can I undo? Good enough. And then there's another one, which is actually one of my favorites because it's surprisingly difficult, but it's very fun. So what you do is you start out drawing an X, and it could be like any kind of X, just as long as there's two lines intersecting. And then you want to intersect as much as possible in that center spot. So this gets harder, like the larger you do it. Fuck. I find it really fun though. I don't know why. I made a triangle. But that one I used to do a lot. Just because I enjoyed it for some reason. I don't know why. It like also frustrated me and I hated it at the same time. Because it's like, it's harder than you would think. Like I already, oh god. We're not off to a good start with this one. Oh no. Okay. Alright, you know what? You never saw that. Anyway, those are some line exercises. Actually not a bad idea for when you start using a new tool. Oh shit. Don't go away, don't look at that. Me drawing stars. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that one wasn't too bad. But then sometimes when you like try and okay, hold on. Hold on a second. I do them this way if I want it like to look like kind of derpy and cute on purpose, but then if I want something like more precise, I'll do that and then I'll just erase the middle. And it's like, you never knew. Okay, nope, no one knows. My secret. But like the ones without the intersection, like they have a charm to it and it's cute. Although I did see this one video, oh it was so funny, it was years ago, of someone who didn't know this. So like their friend or whoever was like, draw a star. And they're like, no, make it look like this. And the guy was like, and he was like doing everything but this. And I only remember when I learned that. Gonna be low-key therapeutic at times. Anyway, I do recommend line exercises. Another thing you can do, if you have the patience for it, you can hand draw the dots. If you don't have the patience for it, you can set up your brush to do that. Once it loads, there it goes. So just increase your spacing and then you get a set of dots. And then go back. And then just try and trace over that. That's another thing you can do. Stop enjoying my failures. No, it's fine, it's fine. But yeah, those are just some ideas to practice and get used to. Just it's also really good if you want to stop using just your wrist to draw, which is not the most ideal way to draw anyway, just because it can be more painful. You can get a repetitive strain injury. The ideal is you want to use your whole shoulder. This is obviously something that you can't exactly do with digital art unless like you have a massive tablet. But at least for traditional art, the idea is to use like your whole body, and that's supposed to help both make smoother lines and just kind of elongate not having health issues. I walked myself right into that sentence. Be good for your health, okay. But if you can't do that, like then the idea is to try and use your whole arm, or just from the elbow down, try and use that for your motion, and then just try and keep the wrist and like finger movements just for small details, to avoid strain injuries and stuff like that. And doing these sorts of exercises helps learn how to control your stuff, which you can do again digitally, traditionally, doesn't matter. Do you ever draw in public? Not often, very, very rarely. I would like to probably do it more. It is kind of fun, especially when you do plein air or just like street drawing. What's it called? Is this called a street drawing? No, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's relatable. It's relatable. Yeah, don't worry, I got you. You're good. It's all good. But yeah, the struggle is real. Like a lot of the stuff that you see online, especially like not especially, but like even with professional artists, that like you see the finished artwork, and very rarely do especially professional artists like share even like sketches. Sometimes they'll show thumbnails, but like you won't really see that in between of how they get from start to finish. Sometimes they'll share videos of like them doing a specific part of the piece, just for like content. But like everybody's sitting there like, fuck. Everybody's doing that. That's why it's fun to kind of see old school YouTube speed paints, which are just time-lapsed drawings, and they have like either music or no music, and you just see the process from like start to finish, and it's really cool to just see how other people work, and like you can kind of see the process. Double-edged sword. Be like, well, here's my business card. You can order your own. That's smart though. That's a smart marketing tactic for sure. I had there's two times that I've done plein air, and I've had one guy like came up and sat next to me, and I was like, girl, no. You need to leave. He was trying to be nice, but at the same time I was like, I'm uncomfortable. Please go away. And then I've had other people like walk by and like watch for a little bit, and then and what's funny was like another time I was doing it in like kind of a, which I was in like the middle of nowhere for that second one. That one I went to that was in California. That was I've probably mentioned this years ago, but that was at that volcano. It wasn't like a volcano, it was called a volcano plug or something. I've never heard of it before until we went to that place, and it was called a volcano plug, and I'm like, oh, okay. But there's like apparently like magma and stuff under it, but it's just like plugged up. I don't get how it works. I don't know the science, but it was kind of like a mini, it's definitely not a mountain, but it was like a big hill basically. So I was towards the base of it, and there was like nobody there, and then I start painting, and then just people start walking by, and I'm like, no one ever comes here. And then the third time that I did it, I was sitting outside of a Starbucks, I think it was, and I was painting, and nobody stopped, nobody said anything, nobody even looked. I was like, this is such a high traffic stop. Like, I appreciate like people leaving me alone, but I'm like, I go in the middle of nowhere, and I meet a bunch of people. What was that, bruh? Yeah. And I even saw like I know it was like a joke post, but it was somebody mentioned like there should be a DeviantArt-esque website, but like you're only allowed to post like once a fortnight, so you like would be incentivized to post only your best stuff. And like, no, we should be incentivized to post our worst stuff. I want to see everybody's cringe. All right, I want to see everybody's like, you know, what they consider to be their worst art. And I gotta stand next to you for 20 minutes watching me draw. It's like, please. I have definitely seen, or not seen, but I've heard of artists who, when they do commissions, or sorry, not Jesus Christ, when they do Artist Alley, or if they're at markets or fairs or something, they'll bring projects to work on, like to showcase. So they'll bring something and they're kind of like purposely doing it in a way that you see what they're doing. And then they'll either sell that piece once they finish it, or it's also like kind of what happened to you, that people come up and they're like, oh, hey, I'm interested in your work. And you could be like, oh, hey, here's a business card if you'd like to get commissions or something. But I've definitely heard that too. That's funny though. That's lucky. Take advantage of it. But sometimes it's just awkward. I get the fascination though. I understand it, but I'm also like, please. I would love to get better at street drawing for sure. Like plein air is fun, but street drawing just seems like a really neat challenge. Do I really deserve to see their masterpieces? That's funny. Oh my god, I just realized I'm drawing in the same layer. That's fine. I'll just erase it like this. There we go. Good enough. Although her face still seems like way too wide. Because we were premieres and we worked on fan art. Oh, that's cute! That sounds fun. I keep having to shrink her face. I like yaoi widened her face. But yeah, streaming for me has been like, because I feel like with a YouTube video, I feel more separation in terms of like me doing the artwork and then the video being posted, because it's not live. So I have the opportunity to be like, maybe I don't make this artwork into a video, or which basically never happened, and I basically turned everything into a video anyway. But live streaming, it's like I feel very exposed and vulnerable, and I've definitely brought this up many times before because like despite all the years that I've been live streaming, I'm still feel weird of like people watching me draw, and especially because like I know some people are like they look up to me as like an artist, and it's like I very much appreciate that, but also it's like I want to do like extra good for those people. And so then when I don't do good, it's like, oh no. I mean, I know that if like I watch an artist that I admire and like they screw up on, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Like I wouldn't care. If anything, like it would be what Sir said of just like, oh, there's relatability with it. But I still feel like so much pressure. It's gotten like somewhat better over the years, but then some other days are worse than other days. And so then like it's still like it's gotta be good. But then a lot of the time y'all just like enjoy my trash too. Which happens so often. Because sometimes I like draw, and sometimes those are like the stressful ones. Like here, let me go find some. The stream redemption ones are like the crazy ones that y'all are like, let's go. We are here for this. Where's some good ones here? This one was a stream request, and I just went with it. Here we go. This one, and like everybody loved it. It was like okay, and then I mean this one, understandable why everybody liked this one for sure, because this one is perfect in every way, shape, and form. And I have a YouTube video if you missed this live stream and would like to see the process of a sparkle dog. This was a very fun stream. Oh, we should do another sparkle dog at some point. But there's like, hold on, there's crazier ones. These are like tame in comparison. Here's another one. Once it loads. Another stream redemption. What else we got? I'm looking for the alligator. Oh, here's 2 in a row. Here we go. We have the construction octopus with the which one is that? Is that Mercury's? And then here's the alligator clown. Just the things that y'all have made me draw. You thought I was no, I have a reference open. No. I got a ref. But thank you. But yeah, I get very like basically what the pose kind of looks like. I get like, ooh, you're looking at me. I'm like, ooh. But I mean, it's definitely been like good, I guess, exposure for the vulnerability, and also like the fact that nobody cares also helps too. Because like when you're doing a live stream, it's similar like when you're making a video, you're performing, right? Like this isn't my normal everyday energy isn't this high. Normally I'm sitting here at the computer and I'm like watching YouTube. I'm not sitting that badly, all right? You know, proper posture for sure. But yeah, so I'm definitely like upping the energy for the entertainment purpose. Yes, it does look like she's doing it though. Ah, that reference. It's a fun reference pack. I should do it again, but I don't really have like many shirts to pick from. Actually, I don't even remember which pack was more popular. The because I made them both at the same time. Let me look. I did the tops and I did the hoodies. Which, by the way, shameless self-promotion, but my shop is discounted for my birthday. 34% off with code BDAY34 if you would like to buy anything from my shop. And that's everything. Everything in the shop is discounted. Where is it? So tops. There's the tops. Where are the hoodies? But they're the same. Ooh. The bottoms is still winning out though, by far. The bottoms are topping the tops. Which I still want to potentially do the switch pack. Oop, hold on, I didn't need that. Go away. At some point maybe. Because that was recommended. Since I have a bottoms pack and I have a tops pack, it's like I should do a switch pack. I might have an idea based on a post or two, and that's it. It can still happen one day. One day. One day. It is a nice set. Not to toot my own horn. I did a good job with it though. And oh, it was super funny because I was looking through the pictures today, and I had my hair braided like I do now, and my braid is so much longer. I looked at that photo, I'm like, wow, that hair looks short. Because now, if you look at my braid here, can you even see it? Yeah. You look how far down it goes. So this is me looking straight. And it's like, and I curl the ends. I thought that was like a normal thing that people do, but then I had someone compliment me the other day that I curled the end of my, when I wrap the hair tie. That took me way too long. When I wrap the hair tie of my hair, you see there's like a loop here? Hold on, there. Because I curl it up. And I just thought that was like a thing that people do. Because it adds an extra curl when you undo the braid to the bottom. Otherwise the bottom is just straight. I don't know. The more you know, I guess. With a Nintendo Switch, yes. And I do have a Nintendo Switch, so I could do it. But I want to look over the Pose archives. And because they did a gaming pack, and I want to make sure that I do different stuff. I think theirs is just only couple, right? I don't think they have a singular model with that set. I can't remember. Because I want to make it a little bit more, unique. Make sure it's not that it's not copying, but also that it's just different. Offer something else. But I also don't really have too many stock ideas right now. Ever had a bad experience with the commission? Ooh. Maybe. One guy asked me to travel 2 hours to fix a shave. Ah, girl, nah. Bruh. This is, oh man. I have definitely had some bad experiences. I think the worst one I had was pretty early on when I was freelancing. I was doing most of my freelancing with, how do I describe this? Does everybody know Neopets? Back in the day, a lot of people were a fan of Neopets, and everybody, including myself, wanted to make their own Neopet knockoff kind of website. Their own like Neopets inspired website. And there were some really good ones back in the day. And I worked for a few of them, or did freelancing for a few of them. And one of them wanted a really big commission. She wanted a world map for, I guess I can talk about this. It's been long enough. She wanted a world map for her website. And I was like, okay, not my area of expertise, but we can give it a try. She really wanted to work with me. Okay. So we came up with a plan of attack of what to draw. Of course we know Neopets. We're all old here. So, she gave me all the information. She gave me the assets because she had some stuff already drawn that she wanted included. And the more and more I worked on it, the more it was like she kept changing her mind and just wanting to add more things. And I don't even for the life of me remember how much I was getting paid for this. It was probably like $50 at most, which is ridiculous for the work that I put in for it. So I wanted more money because she kept asking for more. And so I told her this. I said, I'll give you what this is, or if you want all this extra stuff that you're asking for, then I want to be paid more. She threw the biggest tantrum it was a back and forth email battle, and it was during Christmas vacation. And so I was like having my family try and help me word emails because I didn't know what to do. This is the first time I had that sort of thing happen. And I've had people back out, like I would send them thumbnails. This was before I would think to get paid first. I would send a thumbnail and then they would back out. So I just wasted my time. At least it was only on a thumbnail. I'm trying to think if I've had people, I've had to fight for getting paid. There was one or two like Neopet knockoff websites that I worked for that I had to really fight to get paid. Similar, other than this map one. I did eventually get paid, but then she's like, I'm never working with you again. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't want to work with you again either. But yeah, that was one I always remember just because it was so crazy. Like, it was, the timing of it was horrible timing. Christmas vacation. And then we're like both fighting back and forth. It was funny. I can't recall, at least no one has told me, that any artwork that I've delivered was not good or like they didn't like it or something like that. Oh my god, there's an instance where I was drawing a furry character. It was a furry commission, and I forgot the tail, and like it was not a big deal at all. And the client was like, oh hey, by the way, like don't forget the character's tail. And I was like, I am so sorry. I felt horrible. That one was fine. They liked it, and I liked the piece, and that was all good. But yeah, so most of my probably bad clients were early on when I was working for small businesses, and then also doing stuff for my dad. All of that was terrible. Most of my commission experience, I think, has been good. So I think I've lucked out a lot there. I know there's like lots of drama, but I've also tried to really weed out bad clients too. So I learned to raise my prices more, really vet people in a way, like make sure that they know what they want before we get started, or make it clear that like if I'm delivering this, like, how do I word this? Hold on a second. Like I will deliver a thumbnail sketch, and then I will deliver like, well now for me I go from sketch to line art. So I would then deliver the line art, and then I would deliver the flats. So I give lots of opportunities for people to see the process and approve or disapprove of something, and then that has helped a lot. Most of the time people don't have any changes, but then sometimes they'll have it change. But it helps to have that process too. But just communication. High prices and communication do a lot to weed out the crap. Since runs of a section, image you posted recently appeared to be, which set of yours would contain Japanese-inspired imagery, scenery? Unfortunately, the set that has Japan in it does not have that many Japanese photos. I did not take as much stock at that time. I think it was 2017? 2015? Yes, it's 2015. Really wish I took more photos, but just at the time that was still early on in my stock photo taking experience. So there's not, I still kind of like the 2015 pack. It's got some nice stuff in it, but if you want Japan specifically, there's not a lot in there. I would definitely love to go to Japan again and get more, like do proper shoots there now that I have more experience taking photos. Dealing with my friend, be careful with friends. When she commissioned me to design her business logo, but she only wants to pay $30. I don't want to turn her down politely. Oh man, that's tough. Yeah. Because I've had to blacklist my family now from commissions. Like basically aside from my mom. Because my mom just kind of, she almost never commissions me anyway. But when she does, it's like, I will just pay you however much you want, and then I'll just tip on top of that by like buying you stuff. But working with my dad was awful, and it can really vary with friends. Hold on, I need to drink water again. You can just be like, oh god, how to turn people down politely. If you want to avoid the confrontation aspect about it, you could just say you have a busy schedule. We appreciate the interest, but right now, either, oh my god, my voice, I apologize. Right now, either business logos aren't something that you do, but you can refer them, or your schedule's too busy, so you can refer them out to somebody. If you would be like, oh, I really appreciate that you want to support my artistic journey and you trust me to make your business logo, but this sort of commission is just not something I feel comfortable with. I don't, want it to impact our friendship at all, and I'd rather just kind of do things just, as friends and not like put any sort of business in between our relationship. Just that sort of thing. I don't know. I would have to sit there and think about it. I'm very bad at that sort of thing. I'm sorry. But I mean, if you're wanting to work with them and you want to push the money aspect, like, be like, oh, thanks for your interest. I do logos and I'm open to doing this project. However, $30 is just not my price range. I normally work for this price range. If you would like to pay $30 and you're willing to do something for $30, you could be like, for $30, I could do this for you instead. That's another option too. Because sometimes I've had people approach me and they're like, I can't afford this. What can you do for this kind of thing? And so that's only if you want to work for the $30. But otherwise, you could just be like, hey, appreciate the interest. If I do logos, I normally do them for this price. If you want to go that route, that's another thing you could say. Dude, I have not drawn at all. I'm like struggling with your face, and so it's like turning me off from going. But we must persist. We must. We'll keep going. Yeah, but definitely one of these days I would love to go to Japan and get some more photos. Just travel photos are fun. And actually I found out there's an aquarium down south of us. And let me zoom in here. And it's like, well, I could try aquarium photos again. They're hard though. My brother is so good at it. He's the photographer of the family. Fair market value feels like appropriate term, yeah. But there's a lot of artists who blacklist family and friends for this reason. It's like, we want to keep our relationships and our business separate, because usually when those two things mix, it is not good. But yeah, hopefully you can figure something out. Oh yeah, and I heard they just opened a like a Pokemon. It's not like a park. It's more like just a place to spend money on like merch and stuff, but it still looks cute, and I would still like to go to that too. But there's like so many things I would love to see. But we were only there a week when we went. I went with, actually, if you want to see all about it, I vlogged the whole time. It's on my YouTube channel. We were there for, I think I have 7 videos, or 5 or 7 videos, something like that. And it was just not enough time. If you're gonna go to Japan, I would say 2 weeks minimum. But my brother had business there, and since he had the opportunity, he offered to have me go with him. So it was my brother, his friend, another friend. At the time it was his girlfriend, now it's his wife, my brother. So my brother, my sister-in-law, Alexander, myself. So in total it was 6 of us who went. Which also made it nice, because then we could like kind of split off and do our own things. And then I got terribly sick at the end. Oh man. One of my brother's friends who went, he got sick, and then I got it from him. Oh, the flight back was horrendous. Dude, I cannot see the folds on my shirt here. It's what is happening on the shirt. That's awesome. Yeah, it was really fun and just like a crazy experience. And like I would definitely get more out of it now, just because I know more of the language now than I used to. I don't feel like I'm talking that much. My voice is gone. It happens every stream. My voice is like this. All right, focus time. We're gonna blast through this shirt. Go, go, go. We're gonna make her look cool. Yeah, if y'all have suggestions for what sort of stock packs or just stock photos in general you'd like to see, you can let me know. I was thinking about doing a like a makeup pack, but like not where I style it nicely. Basically, my thinking was this one probably would be Ko-fi only, just because I feel like I would look really silly. But I was thinking like I would put on the makeup and then I would like half kind of like wipe it off. Because I noticed like when I take my makeup off, like when I was taking it off yesterday, because I had dark colors on yesterday, and it would just like smudged, and it was like really cool looking though. And like I feel like this would be a neat reference photo. Went to Disney World and Universal Studios with a friend last year. Doesn't like rides or roller coasters. That would be me. So I spent 2 days riding roller coasters myself. It was actually pretty fun. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad it worked out. That's my partner and I. He loves roller coasters. If you're familiar with Disney, oh god, I get them mixed up. Disney World is the Florida one, right? Disney World sounds right to me, so I'm assuming that's the Florida one. But they have at Epcot the ride that goes really fast, the Test Dummy ride. I can do that one, and I really like that one. And then at Busch Gardens, which if you like roller coasters and you have the opportunity, you should go to Busch Gardens. That's like roller coaster heaven. That at Busch Gardens I can do Cheetah Chase, which if you know Cheetah Chase, you're like, oh Sam, that's so cute. It's like this little baby roller coaster. It's the only one I can do. I tried doing, I think this one's at Disney World. I can do Splash Mountain. That one's fine. But I can't do Space Mountain. I don't remember which park has, I think it's Disney World that has Space Mountain. I can't do Space Mountain. I actually went on it. Worst, terrible experience. Terrible. Going 75 in 5 seconds. Oh my god. Okay. That's what I thought, because I'm like, that sounds right. And Disneyland sounds wrong. Like, it doesn't even roll off the tongue. Disney World. That's the one. But, I cannot roller coasters. Nope. I will happily wait in the gift shop, though. Happily. I love going to gift shops. Those are so fun. I feel like kind of a nerd in that way, where I enjoy the gift shop aspect. Space Mountain made you... Okay, so I'm not alone there. It just was painful. Like, when you sit... First of all, the seats are so small. I don't know how anybody fits in them. And I'm skinny, and I was younger at the time, so I was even smaller. Like, I don't know how anyone fits in them. They're so small. And then when it moves, it, like, jerks really... I'm going slow right now, but it was, like, really forces you to, like, one side, and so you hit the edge of, like, the metal seat, and it's painful. I used to like coasters, but I can't anymore. Just mentally. Interesting. It's been a while, I think, since Alexander's done roller coasters, but he really wanted to do, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the one at Busch Gardens that was, like, really famous. The one that goes, like, almost 90 degrees. That one, which is just nuts. I cannot. I don't even. Okay, I love water rides. I can do. There's a water park in Florida. Adventure. Is it Adventure Island? Or isn't there another one? I can't remember. But there's a water park in Florida that I really liked, and we went to it a bunch. And I could do every single ride there except for anything in a tube, because I was so scared that I would get stuck. I'm like, if there's an opening, I will go on it, but if it's closed, I will not. And it was so funny because I went with, it wasn't a group of friends because I hated everybody, but I went with people my age at the time. I was encouraged to go because we were homestaying someone, and it was through work, my dad's work, and so his co-workers' children went with us, and I hated all of them. But like the one ride that I was like, no, you guys can go on, I'm gonna wait, it was a tube one, and they all came off of it and they said it was bad. They're like, oh, this was the worst ride so far. And I'm like, take that. But yeah, I am not good with that sort of stuff. But my family can all do it, which I'm kind of surprised by. I don't think my mom can do it anymore, but she used to go on it with my brothers. Now I don't think she could, but she would always have to then not after, you know, I came in, because then I didn't want to go on, so. There's at least two. That's what I thought. Like, I felt like there was a second one, but yeah. But yeah, any water ride, as long as it's open to the air, I can do it. And I feel kind of bad because I also like the lazy river as a kid, and then like you grow up and then it's like, oh, oh, maybe I won't go in it anymore. It was fun. They made it really fun though. It goes around the entire park, so you can go into it at any point in time. And then there's like parts where there's a waterfall, so you go through a waterfall, and I really liked it. I really liked that part. And there was a wave pool, which apparently is a death sentence. I didn't know this when I was younger. I learned about this when I was older, but apparently you have a decent chance of dying in a wave pool. So that's interesting to know. The more you know. But I was never really like a parks wanting to go to person. I just like would be dragged along or happened to go to, or like a friend of mine had her birthday at Disney World, and or no, wait, was it Disney World or was it Epcot? I think it was Disney World. And but yeah, and then I also went to it was Busch Gardens and Universal for their Halloween events. And if you like to be scared and you like Halloween stuff, Universal is terrifying. If you like Halloween stuff and you want to be like, ooh, then go to Busch Gardens. But if you want to be like, oh my god, like don't kill, please, I'm just terrified, go to Universal. If you're just like, oh, that's spooky, then go to Busch Gardens. Busch Gardens was honestly like way more fun in my opinion, just because of like the lower budget. So I did purposely go to the Busch Gardens Halloween event at least twice. That was really fun. Definitely go with friends. Lost my keys on Lazy River. But the park found them. Oh, that's cool. How is this legal? I know. Especially for how many people have like gotten injuries or like died since then. It's like you think they would close down at some point. Like the idea is really cool. Okay, just like conceptually, like it's a wave pool. That just seems cool. But then if you think about it for like a little bit more, you're like, oh, maybe not. Maybe let's not do that. Did I look when I played Ghosts in Haunted Houses Teleport? That's awesome. Oh my god, that's so cool. I've done a haunted house once, but man, that's so much more cool to have a twin and do that. Oh, I was the first jump scare in a haunted house when I was a kid. It was like a low budget, just out of school haunted house that my dad was volunteering for, and I wanted to be in it so bad. So they found me a spot, and I was at the very entrance. So when people first open the door to go in, and there's like it's so obvious too. There is like they built like a faux wall, like a faux concrete wall, and then put like trees and stuff, and like it gets dark once you close the door, and then I would come up and just go like boom or whatever. So I probably got like half the people. It depended on like the age, really. But that was fun. Being in a haunted house, going into a haunted house. I'm such a scaredy cat, which is why when I say that I recommend Busch Gardens, as far as I last remember, if I'm recommending it, it wasn't that scary. Like it was scary, but it wasn't that scary. But Universal, terrifying. Like, but they have the movie budget to make it terrifying. I was also younger when I went to Universal, but they were also meaner. Like if they have actors who are like walk around the park, and so like character actors, so they'll be like spooky clowns or like people dressed up in costume. And so around Busch Gardens, they would just be like, ooh, ooga booga kind of thing. But they know, like, not to touch you. Like, they're not supposed to do anything. But at Universal, like, there was a guy who would just chase me. And I'm like, bro, I'm like 10 years old. Leave me alone. It was so mean. And then, we went into a haunted house. And my mom, like, didn't want to wait outside. She wanted to go into the haunted house. So I had to go with her, even though I was like, I can wait outside. I don't care about waiting outside, but she was like, you're going to be kidnapped. You have to come with us. So I had to go into the haunted house with her. And so I had my eyes closed the whole time. I'm grabbing under her shirt, and I'm just like this, going through the haunted house. And they were so mean to me. I'm telling you, I was like 10, and they were coming up specifically to me. I'm like, I am a child. Like, do you guys get off on this? What the hey? Oh my god, Tower Terror, nuh-uh. I heard it's good, but that drop, I can't do that. But yeah, I've heard the atmosphere is really good for it. They did a really good job, yeah. But I just don't like it when they were mean. Like at Busch Gardens, they weren't mean. They were kind of also like in on the joke, too. Like, so if you were to make fun of them, then like you could get some of them to laugh. So like the Busch Gardens was more like low-key, not low-key, it was like, what's the word I want? Like just more chill of an atmosphere. But the Universal was like, everybody was just mean. That's my only memories I have of them, is everyone being mean to me. But yeah, Tower Terror, no, can't do that one. There's like other ones where like you go up really high and they drop you. I don't need my stomach in my throat. Thank you. I'm good. I shall abstain. Where you can see how far up you are. Ooh, I don't even know. I guess, can you look outside the tower? I'm guessing you can, because that's what you said, but I've never done it. My brothers have done it. I don't think my mom has done it. I think my dad did it and he like regretted it. That was a long time ago though. Man, y'all are making me nostalgic 2 streams in a row. With all the gaming talk last time, all the video games, and then now this one. I say video games, but it was like all the childhood education games. All these memories I haven't thought about in such a long time. Alright, I'm just a quick side topic, but I'm definitely not going to finish this drawing on stream. Would you guys want me to finish it next stream? Or do something else next stream? Let me know. Something to think about. I don't mind either way. But just wanted to give a heads up, since we have like 15 minutes left and I'm absolutely not going to finish in 15 minutes. Dr. Doomride, I don't know that one. I miss all the old school ones. They don't have like, they've discontinued all of them. Like the King Kong, that one was surprisingly scary. Another one that was scary is the, is it the Earthquake? Where I don't know if they have these rides anymore, but they were at Universal and you would go into like a subway train and you would go into what looked like a subway stop, but like the power goes out and the subway shakes, and then like a fire starts, like because an earthquake's happening, so everything's shaking. And then the big grand reveal, which was so cool, was the concrete like side comes down, and then a semi truck comes in and like almost hits you. That was awesome. And also very hot because the flames were real. So it was hot. That one was cool. And then I know E.T. was discontinued. That one scared me as a kid, and then I liked it when I got older, and then they discontinued it. But that one was cute too because you got to say your name at the start. However, they like didn't have that many names. So like if you had a non-white name, basically, they didn't have that. Fast and Furious, did they change it? Because I would see, for how much that probably costs to make, I would imagine they would just change the ride. But the ET one was fun because you got to kind of like fly. The very end was the best part because then you're on the bike and then you get to fly, and then like you get to see the little town. It was very fun. It was cute. She still looks like she's doing this. But I haven't been to all these places in decades, so I don't even know what's there anymore. There's another one, although I think that was at a museum. I get it mixed up a lot because there was like a hurricane one that I went on. No, that was a tornado. That was in a museum because that would have been too cheap. If that was a Twister ride, that would be like really anticlimactic. But was it the Twister ride? Hold on a second. I remember this ride. I don't remember if it was at this, what's that museum called? It's also in Florida. I don't remember the name. But they have, you were not a fan of the ET ride? It was like, just the ending part I liked. I didn't like the part with the car though, when the Jeep came out. That scared me. Because it looked like it was going to hit you. But there was this one thing that I think was Twister, but it was like really anticlimactic, but I was still scared of it anyway because I was a kid. But it was just a screen of a tornado, and you're like standing in a room and you're looking at the screen of a tornado coming, and so they blow wind in the room and like make noises and stuff, and then that's it. That's like the ride. I think it was Twister. Like I think it was based off of the movie, so it might have been Universal. Maybe it was one of those rides where it's like just get people in and distracted and have fun to kind of lessen the lines in other rides. I don't know, because they used to do that stuff. They don't do it anymore, from what I've heard. For people who go to Disney, they don't have like that sort of sidebar kind of rides anymore, which seems unwise, but you know, I'm not a billionaire, so what do I know? Also, still no snow. I don't know when the snow is supposed to start, but the sky still looks exactly the same. The Spider-Man ride, did I do that one? If it's almost 20, oh wait, hold on. If it's almost 20, then I wouldn't have. I don't think. When did I last go to Universal? I've only been there like twice, I think. Like once for Halloween, then like once for not. No, but I rode the ET ride several times, unless it was several times in one go. I might have been to Universal like 3 times. I can't remember. This is too long ago. My memory's not that good. Those angles. I flipped my pen as if it's gonna erase. I know there's pens that do that, but this one does not. Oh man, some of the what's it called? Amusement parks in Japan look really good though. But they kind of look like they put way more effort, not gonna lie. Ooh, I might want to bring this over, actually. I'm kind of in front. I think that'll be cool. So y'all got any plans for today? You heard mine. Hopefully make it to the grocery store before the snowstorm, and then hopefully not hyper focus on organizing in this room. Which again, look at this beautiful backdrop that I completely blocked with the chair. All my books. And there's so many more on the floor. The floor is awful right now. It's covered in just stuff everywhere. This is what happens when you reorganize. But I'm so sad that it's blocked. All these years and you still don't get Ghost on stream. Here, for those of you who are new or who don't know. This is Ghost. I've had him like all my life. He's very fragile. But I have debated making photos for him. Here we go, so you can see him better. And he's cute. He's so cute. But yeah, his fingers have broken off so many times. We've had to keep gluing them on. But yeah, and then also this is supposed to be gray, but it's like chipping off. And I think his face was like... Yeah, his face is kind of falling apart. Poor baby. But he's still chugging. He's still chugging along. So there you go. That's Ghost. Alright. Playing in this. What kind of ridiculous concept is that? You mean you do things? Going to an Oscar watch party. Ooh. Don't care who wins. I didn't even know what was happening. That's probably why they were playing Sinners. I was wondering about that. I'm like, is it still in theaters? Like, didn't it come out forever ago? I've seen most of the nominees. Yeah, nice, nice. Sounds fun. Hopefully, whatever one you want to win wins. The things that you wanted to win. I don't know any movies right now. I've never really kept up with films since basically college. Like once I got into college, like music, film, all that stuff went to the wayside. Which is always funny because like so many people are like, oh, what kind of music do you like to listen to? Or like because I go to language learning groups, they're like, oh, like what do you do for like listening practice? Oh, do you listen to music? What music do you listen to? And it's like everyone's always shocked when I say I don't listen to music, but I don't really listen to music anymore. I saw we. Like I'll listen a couple times, but like most of my time, like especially high school, I listened to music a lot. But same with middle school. Middle school, my country era. Everyone is always shocked by this because like nobody likes country, but I was big into country in middle school. And then high school, I was into alternative rock and a little bit of the 80s. And then I think that just 80s that just always sticks with you. They just made some nice music back then. It's a very nostalgic feeling even though it's not alive. And then just like after I got into college, I think because like my radio stations changed. If anybody remembers radio stations, they were like CDs but with advertisements. And I guess that's a way to explain it. But yeah, all my radio stations changed, so I kind of stopped listening to music. Just gradually faded out of my life. I don't like that. I think I'm gonna make that just kind of more sharp. Sharp. There you go. Zoom out. Oh, here's a trick. If you're new to digital art, or just, need a digital art trick. If you're having trouble with a line, zoom out. Especially if you want to get something straight, because then that makes the canvas smaller, so then obviously you don't have to sit there and be very meticulous about your lines. So like if I need to do, I guess just, for example, like that shirt, But another one I could just be like here, like that. Whereas if I were zoomed in and much closer to how I used to do digital art, I would be like, the line you have to draw is much longer. And it can be nice if you want a little bit of jitter, like if you want to go for jitter. But if you want something that's more hard, straight, and smooth, or like even with curves are going to be easier zoomed out. There you go. There's a little trick. There's another non-music listing versus the universe. Hello. I'll listen to like here and there, but for the most part, no. Like every once in a while before a tutor session, like before my Japanese or my Russian tutors, I'll put on like a Russian song or a Japanese song just to kind of get my brain prepared. But other than that, like I don't really listen to music. Like even in long car rides, I don't, like I'll listen to a YouTube video of some kind instead. Which negatively impacts the amount of time I work on art. That's me, but with YouTube. So like all of my stuff with like music and movies, and then at the same time, YouTube was just like this. It's like an inverse graph. No worries. There's also like a delay with YouTube. I want to try and see if I can figure that out too. Because there's a way to shorten it. Every time I look at it, she's doing this. There's a way to shorten it, but then you remove subtitles, like the auto CC. So I'm kind of on the fence about it. But y'all can let me know if you have a preference. If you want more of a delay, but then you get subtitles, or if you want less of a delay, so you get to talk with me more live, or closer to real time, but then you don't get subtitles. So that's the unfortunate drawback from what I have seen and observed from streaming on YouTube, which I'm still trying to get used to doing that. Also, when I kind of figure out what I want to do with her hair here, I think maybe her hair in front would make more sense. Also looks like I made her head a little bit big, but I might be able to salvage that by making her shoulders even bigger. So I don't have to adjust anything. This comes down here. I am looking forward to getting a snack though, because I am hungry. Oh, the wind. I see the wind. It's picking up. Wonder if I should look up. Hold on, where's my phone? I don't have any weather app on my phone. I know that's like blasphemous for my brother. My brother always has like the most up-to-date crazy weather apps that he finds. I just go to weather.com. That's my weather app. When's the snow happening? It's been delayed. Cool, I have time to go to the grocery store. If I'm very fast. If I'm very fast. Snow seems to have been pushed back by like an hour. Alright, cool. If it's just like a little bit of snow, I've gotten more used to driving in it. But that one day was so stressful. You love country and country pop. We're pretty picky with today's artists. I don't even know what today's artists are. I don't know anybody. You could name somebody and I'm like, who? Who was like a name that I saw a lot recently? I can't even remember. It's not there. So it's always awkward whenever like the music topic comes up. Oh, no worries. Sorry about that. That's alright. I should end the stream anyway. Because it's been the 2 hours. We're at the 2-hour mark, which means to drink water. And y'all can let me know if you want to see me finish this next week or if I should bring something else next week. Because I was thinking about doing a landscape this time, like I did last week, but then I wasn't called to doing a landscape, so it is what it is. Yeah, y'all can let me know what you would like to see, and I'm gonna drink some water, and then I should probably hurry off though because of the storm coming. Morgan Wallen's most famous country today, and I can't stand it. I don't know who that is, but I'm very sorry for you. I mean, a lot of the time it seems like indie stuff can be better than the big name people. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head off for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope y'all enjoyed this little sketch that I managed to do, but also, you know, the chats. Had a good time. And I will be live next week, and it's only on weeks from now, the 12th of April, that I will be missing a live stream since my parents will be visiting. But other than that, I shall see you next week, and hopefully y'all stay warm, stay safe, and have an awesome rest of your day, rest of your week. Really fun live stream. Oh, I'm glad to hear it. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.